Sid Caesar was a pioneer in the golden age of television, a master of comedy who brought laughter to millions. With a career spanning over decades, he became a household name, known for his unique humor and ability to connect with audiences. His work on shows like Your Show of Shows and Caesar's Hour set a standard for TV comedy and inspired generations of comedians. His talent for sketch comedy and live performances earned him admiration and respect in the entertainment industry, making him one of the most beloved figures in American television history. Sid Caesar was a talented actor known for his work in comedy. He became famous for his roles on TV, especially in Your Show of Shows and Caesar's Hour. His humor brought laughter to many, and he was admired for his ability to make people smile. Now, think back to the first time you saw Sid Caesar on screen. What was the show or movie? How did it make you feel? Also, try to remember a specific scene or joke that really stuck with you. It could be a moment that made you laugh out loud or something that just stayed in your mind after all these years. We're also curious about your personal stories connected to Sid Caesar. Maybe you have a memory of watching his shows with family or friends that means a lot to you. Please share your experiences in the comments. We'd love to hear about them. Stay tuned because we have many interesting facts about Sid Caesar coming up, including some that are funny, some that are surprising, and even some that are a bit sad. Keep watching to learn more about this memorable star of comedy. Sid Caesar grew up in a musical family where his father played the saxophone and his mother sang, sparking his interest in performance from a young age. He learned to play the saxophone as a child and often performed in his father's band. His talent for comedy became apparent during his time in the Coast Guard, where he would entertain his fellow servicemen. After his service, he pursued acting in New York and studied at the Juilliard School of Music. His big break came when he joined the popular comedy program Your Show of Shows, which allowed him to showcase his comedic skills and improvisational abilities. Max Liebman, the producer of the show, was a significant mentor who guided him and helped shape his career in comedy. Sid Caesar was a pioneer in the early days of television and had a significant role in shaping the comedy genre in Hollywood. He was known for his work on Your Show of Shows and Caesar's Hour, which were popular in the 1950s. His style of comedy, which included satire, mimicry, and improvisation, influenced many comedians who followed. He helped to bring comedy to TV at a time when it was mostly found in film and radio. His shows were a training ground for writers and performers who became famous later, like Mel Brooks and Woody Allen. Sid Caesar's work is still watched and appreciated today, showing his lasting effect on the film industry. Sid Caesar, known for his work in comedy and acting, found his calling early in his life. As a child, he loved to mimic and make people laugh. His talent for creating laughter was evident when he would entertain his family with imitations of people they knew. This natural ability to capture the essence of characters and his enjoyment in making others smile was the spark that ignited his passion for performance. It was during his time playing saxophone in a band that he realized making people laugh gave him more joy than music. He began to focus on comedy, developing his skills in small clubs and theaters. His big break came when he was discovered by Max Liebman, who saw his potential and helped him become a star on television. This journey from a young boy who loved to entertain to a celebrated comedian shows how a simple joy can grow into a lifelong passion. Sid's story inspires many to follow their heart and find happiness in doing what they love. Sid Caesar brought laughter to many as Coach Calhoun in Grease 2, sharing the screen with actors who returned from the first Grease film. His early days saw him at the Vacationland Hotel in Swan Lake, where he honed his comedy skills under Don Appel. In his book, he shared that his comedy came from a mix of humor and serious moments inspired by legends like Charles Chaplin and Buster Keaton. His work showed that laughter could touch hearts as well as bring joy. Sid Caesar, a talented actor, faced many challenges in his early career. He had little money, and people in the show business did not believe he would succeed. Despite this, Sid did not give up. He used his humor and intelligence to create new ways of performing. His shows brought laughter to many and proved that he could be a great actor. His hard work and clever ideas helped him to become successful and loved by audiences everywhere. Sid Caesar was known for his skill in performing with what seemed like a natural ability in various languages. However, he actually could only speak English and Yiddish. In the comedy classic, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, He played Melville Crump, and like many of the main cast and the director, he hailed from New York. His hometown was Yonkers, which contributed to the authentic New York flavor of the film. Sid grew up with two older brothers, making him the youngest in his family. The connection between the actors' origins and their accents added a layer of authenticity to their performances, reflecting the diverse tapestry of New York's boroughs and cities. Sid Caesar became a star with the television series Your Show of Shows, which aired from 1950 to 1954. This live 90-minute variety program showcased his talents in comedy and brought him into the homes of Americans, making him a household name. His work on this show earned him admiration from both the public and his peers. Later, his role in the film It's a Mad, 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 Mad World in 1963 was another high point, displaying his ability to hold his own among a cast of comedy legends. His peers saw him as a pioneer who influenced future generations of comedians with his unique style and timing. Critics praised his ability to create laughter with his expressive face and body movements without even needing to speak. Collaborators often spoke of his dedication to his craft and his influence on television comedy that continues to be felt today. Sid Caesar's journey to sobriety was a personal victory he shared with the world through his books. His first book, Where Have I Been?, and his follow-up, Caesar's Hours, both detail his successful fight against addiction to alcohol and sleeping pills. His career began early, at just 14 years old. He played the saxophone in the Catskills with Mike Sefisolo's band and even took part in comedy sketches. His talent for comedy shone through in the film It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, where he played Melville Crump. The movie was notable for its partnership with Chrysler, which provided many vehicles for the production, including the Plymouth station wagon driven by Caesar's character. Sid Caesar was known for his ability to create humor that connected with people's everyday lives. His work often included playful mockery of the human condition, which he portrayed through physical comedy and a variety of accents. He drew inspiration from his own life and the world around him, using these observations to craft characters and sketches that were relatable and humorous. His unique approach involved improvisation and collaboration with writers and other actors, allowing for a spontaneous and dynamic creation process. This collaborative environment enabled him to bring out the best in his performances, making his style distinctive and memorable. His personal experiences, especially his early years in New York and his time in the military, influenced his worldview and the way he saw comedy as a means to bring joy and laughter to others. Sid Caesar was known for his fear of heights, a challenge he faced in his personal life. In the movie Airport 1975, he portrayed Barney, sharing the screen with actors like Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. and Ed Nelson, who all passed away in the same year, 2014. Born to Jewish immigrant parents from Russia and Poland, Sid grew up helping at their 24-hour diner. It was here, among the diverse patrons, that he picked up the accents and characters that later became a hallmark of his acting career. Sid Caesar was a pioneer in the early days of television comedy. His work on shows like Your Show of Shows and Caesar's Hours set a standard for sketch comedy and live television performance. He was known for his ability to create laughter with his expressive face and timely gestures. His style influenced many comedians who followed, teaching them the power of visual humor and the importance of timing. Experts in the field often speak of his natural ability to connect with the audience, making each viewer feel like part of the show. Those who worked with him or were inspired by him note his skill in improvisation and his willingness to take risks, which opened doors for more creative freedom in television comedy. His influence is seen in the work of later comedians who also value these elements in their performances. Sid Caesar's approach to comedy and entertainment helped shape the way stories are told on television, making room for humor that is both smart and accessible. Sid Caesar's journey in the entertainment world began with humble beginnings in New York City, where he arrived with little money. His passion for music led him to try and join the Musicians Union. Seeking to hone his skills, he even took classes at the prestigious Juilliard School of Music. His talent shone through on stage, earning him a Tony Award nomination in 1963 for his role in the musical Little Me. Caesar's versatility extended to the silver screen, where he played Coach Calhoun in the hit movie Grease. The film was a celebration of 1950s culture, featuring stars like Eve Arden and Dodie Goodman alongside Caesar himself. The sequel, Grease 2, continued this trend, bringing in famous faces from the era such as Connie Stevens and Tab Hunter. Eve Arden's portrayal of Principal Magee in Grease was a special tribute to her previous character as a teacher in the television series Our Miss Brooks. Sid Caesar was known for his love of music and often played saxophone and clarinet. He enjoyed jazz and classical music, which influenced his comedic performances with musical sketches. He valued education and supported arts programs in schools. Caesar was also a family man, devoted to his wife and children. His work in television and film was driven by a desire to bring laughter and joy to families like his own. He believed in the power of humor to unite people and often participated in events that raised funds for various charities, especially those focused on children and health care. His generosity extended to supporting aspiring comedians and performers, reflecting his belief in giving back to the community that supported his career. Before Sid Caesar became known for his acting, he was a student of the saxophone at the Juilliard School of Music. His journey into comedy and acting began on Broadway with his debut in Make Mine Manhattan in 1948. There, he showcased his range of talents in a piece he created called The $5 Date. His role as Melville Crump in the film, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, was a significant turn in his career. The character was initially meant for Ernie Kovacs, but after Kovacs' untimely death in a car accident, Caesar stepped into the role. This change also affected other casting choices, with Eddie Adams taking on the role of Monica Crump, which led to a reshuffling of parts originally intended for other actors. Sid Caesar was a pioneer in the early days of television comedy. His work set the stage for the kind of humor we see on TV today. He was known for his skill in humor and his ability to connect with his audience, making them laugh with his expressions and timing. For those starting in the field, he would likely advise learning the craft of comedy through practice and observation. Watch others, learn from them, and don't be afraid to try new things. Keep working at your art, and don't give up, even when it gets tough. The future for those in this field is bright if they stay true to their unique style and keep their audience's joy at the heart of their work. Sid Caesar's career included memorable roles that left a lasting impression on the film industry. His portrayal of Coach Calhoun in Grease came about after a change in casting due to public pressure regarding Harry Riem's previous work. In the classic comedy, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, Sid Caesar played Melville Crump and was part of an ensemble cast that, despite their history of collaborations, did not share scenes in this film. This unique casting choice added to the film's dynamic. Off-screen, Sid Caesar's family life saw his son Rick Caesar attend the prestigious Yale University, reflecting a blend of academic and artistic legacy within the family. Sid Caesar was a pioneer in the early days of television, known for his work on Your Show of Shows. His ability to create laughter and joy through his comedic talent was unmatched. He brought new ideas to comedy, making it fresh and exciting. His dedication to his craft inspired many and showed that with hard work, one can achieve great things. His influence is still felt today as he opened doors for future generations of comedians. The story of Sid Caesar is a testament to the strength of human creativity and the power of never giving up on one's dreams. Sid Caesar, known for his role as Chief Caveman in History of the World Part I, was laid to rest at Mount Sinai Memorial Park Cemetery in Los Angeles. He was part of a remarkable group of actors from the film who lived long lives, many reaching their 90s. In 1949, Sid Caesar made a significant move with his family to Walden Terrace in Rego Park, Queens, creating a home at 9810 64th Avenue. This period marked a time of growth and change for him, both personally and professionally. In the film Airport in 1975, Sid Caesar portrayed Barney, a nervous traveler who attempts to engage with fellow passengers. He makes a comment about needlepoint to a woman, mentioning that Roosevelt Grier, a former football player turned actor, also engages in the craft. Grier, who appeared in the film Skyjacked, took up needlepoint after retiring from sports and even authored a book on it, aiming to challenge gender stereotypes and promote his entertainment career. His successful transition is hinted at in the movie. Sid Caesar's talent was recognized in 1985 when he was honored with an induction into the Television Academy Hall of Fame, celebrating his significant contributions to television. In the comedy, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, Sid Caesar played Melville Crump. On set, he had a heated argument with writer William Rose over changes to his lines. The situation was calmed when director Stanley Kramer introduced Caesar to the legendary actor Spencer Tracy, easing the tension and allowing filming to continue. Sid Caesar made a lasting impression with his work on Your Show of Shows and delighted audiences in the movies Grease and Grease 2. His journey in entertainment began in the Coast Guard as a musician. It was there that Max Liebman recognized his talent for making people laugh and helped him transition into comedy. This change led to his film debut in Tars and Spars, which was originally a stage show he was part of. His ability to bring joy through humor was acknowledged when he was voted the best comedian in the United States in 1951 and 1952. Sid Caesar was a talented actor who brought laughter and joy to many. His performances were full of humor and warmth, making him a favorite on stage and screen. We invite you to share your favorite memories of Sid Caesar's performances and the ways he made you smile. Your stories help keep his spirit alive and inspire others. If you enjoy remembering the stars who have shaped our entertainment, please like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe for more content that celebrates these creative talents. Your support helps us continue to honor the artists who bring stories to life.